friends, what's up? Phillip here with Points of Phillip. Yeah, over there still. And we're happy to be you here because, well, we're going to be talking a lot about American Express and, well, my plan on how to make American Express points so far this year, or, so far in 2026. So basically, essentially, so far this year, I have earned about 350,000 American Express points so far. Most of that came in the form of the sign-up bonus for my business platinum card, which I was able to get that earlier this past month, right? So I was able to get the 300,000 there, which was really solid. And then I was also able to get a bunch of others just off of some other spend. And I do have some other things that I'm doing with American Express, but the headline is the cards that I have canceled so far. And American Express is really pretty heavily on that list there. So let's go ahead and just run down the cards that have been cut so far this year. So we have the Made card, which I actually got this month, or last month, but honestly, they didn't really, like, the one key benefit that I was kind of excited about didn't end up really being much of anything, at least for my area. And so I actually canceled this card, the Made card. And after I reached out to support to ask to be able to cancel this card, the CEO of Made actually called me moments afterwards and asked me why I wanted to cancel. And so kind of talked about the fact that the points are kind of worthless, and unless you have one particular mortgage provider, which, I mean, honestly, in this day and age, like, trying to specifically go with one mortgage provider is, well, it's kind of dumb when it comes to, locking yourself into particular interest rates and things like that. And so the Made card is one card. This card too, the Carrot card, I also recently got this past year. And, well, it's kind of a dumb card. It actually, it did have this recent kind of buff a little bit in that it gets 3% back on every single purchase, and it's essentially cash back. But you have to pay it off at the end of every day. So at 5 p.m., every single day, whatever you pay on is going to come out of your card account. I'm like, well, that's basically just a debit card. And so I don't really want to deal with that, because I'd rather my money go to high yield savings accounts and things like that. And so that's one card that has not made it. And then we have to talk about my business gold card. So my business gold card is actually something that I canceled last week. And basically the reason why I did that is because, well, so it's a good card. I love the card. I love the credits, but it's the annual fee hit $375 again. And the problem is not even with this particular card, which honestly, with some of the new changes, like the Squarespace credit, like, that actually makes a lot of sense for me. But, I wanted to try to clear it out in order to be able to kind of minimize my annual fees, because I'm kind of being a little bit more intentional in a very different way with that. And so basically, that's one of the things I wanted to get rid of, is just this annual fee card. So I went ahead and closed my business card. I was using it as my gas card and as my my toll card. And so pretty much, like, I really wasn't doing a whole lot of spend on the card every single month. But it felt nice to win in those categories, right? Because Forex membership rewards points is really, really solid when it comes to your gas. And between me and my wife, like, the spend was not insignificant. It's probably like, maybe like $600 in a month, but there we go. And so we got rid of the business gold card. But before we get to kind of the Mac Daddy and why I canceled it, I want to go ahead and go into my other card that I closed, and that's the business cash card. So this card, I really never saw myself getting until last year. So last year, like, not this past year, but the year before that, there was a hurricane. It blew down half of our fence. And so we had to buy, basically $10,000 worth of fence, and pretty much immediately. So I went ahead and actually got approved for this card. I think they gave me like a $15,000 credit limit, and so that purchase went on this card, and I was able to pay it off over the course of a year, because the part of the sign up bonus with the Blue Business Cash card, in addition to, I think it was $250 off, was that you had 0% interest for those 12 months. And so that actually was really solid. So that's why I used it. But I don't really care for how American Express does cash back, right? It's just as a statement credit to your card account, which is fine, right? Money's fungible. And so, saving $200 off of this is the same thing as saving $200 off something else, but it just doesn't feel as flexible. And so if I am going to be doing cash back, I'd rather do it with other cards. And so pretty much I had to close this, but I had to kill it because I had another move. So 2 weeks ago, I made an insane move with American Express. And so I'm going to tell you basically, let me pull everything out of my wallet here. But so essentially what I did was I had previously the Delta Sky Miles Business Gold card. So I got this last summer at one of the higher sign-up bonuses. I forgot how much it was, like maybe 90,000 or 100,000 points or something like that. And so that was really solid. But I got, first of all, so there was no lifetime language links and some pretty solid links with, the regular platinum card. So the business platinum card I got as a regular card, right? So I canceled my business cash card. Then I got the Delta Platinum business card, say that 5 times fast, which doesn't get me lounge access, but it does a whole lot of other things. It has an annual fee of $350. So I went ahead and got this new card account. But what I did do also, like in between, so after I was approved for the card, but the card didn't reach it to me, so I wasn't able to add it to my account, I was able to take an upgrade offer on this card for 50,000 points to a second platinum card. So I now have 2 Delta SkyMile Business Platinum cards. And so pretty much the only thing that I'm really kind of questionable about, and one of the reasons I like about it, right, is I will have renewed a platinum card in 2 or 3 months, and I won't have paid the full annual fee. Like the annual fee that posted on my upgraded account was another $89. And so basically that's kind of really great. So I'm paying $89 more than the $150 that I didn't pay. And by the time my card member anniversary hits, I'm expecting that I'll get that companion pass for at least my upgraded card. And then I'll have to wait another year for the companion pass upgrade for my second card, the one that I just got. And so basically this seemed like a good way to kind of maximize that particular thing, but also I'll be working towards, I think it's going to be like 160,000 Delta points, all told, with those 2 sign-up bonuses, both the upgrade bonus and the sign-up bonus. And so that's kind of what I've been working on doing with these particular things. And I thought that was that. But American Express had kind of really different plans. And so I ended up actually finding a reason to cancel my Hilton Honors Aspire card. And the reason why is, basically not to bury the lead, is, even though we're, it's 8 minutes into the video, the point of it is because basically I had the option to get those no lifetime language links, which is great because for some reason I was in pop-up jail for nearly all of the Hilton personal credit cards, unless there's a no lifetime language offer, right? And so I was able to get the no annual fee Hilton Honors card earlier this year. And so that was really solid. And so so that was really nice. So I got the 100,000 points off of that, which I actually booked. We have booked at the Conrad in Orlando. We're just doing a staycation for Mother's Day. And so then I had the Aspire card, right? So this card I've loved getting access to, right? Because we have Hilton Diamond status, and then we have the resort credits, the airfare credits, which I've been able to use for United Travel Bank. I used to use it for my Southwest Rapid Rewards account, but not so much anymore. But anyway, yeah, so I had the Hilton Aspire card, and American Express will only let me have 5 credit cards. So I have the 2 Delta Platinums, I have the Blue Business Plus, and then I have my 2 Hilton cards, the Hilton Honors and the Aspire. And so one of those cards had to go, and it was between my Blue Business Plus card and my Hilton Aspire. And one of the things I noticed when I actually applied for the Hilton Surpass card, which that's the one I applied for. So I think it's 130,000 points plus a free night certificate once you reach that spend level. Basically, it said that not only did I reach the maximum of the number of credit cards that American Express was willing to lend me, but I also had the maximum number of Hilton cards that American Express was willing to give me. And so basically, if I closed the Blue Business Plus card, I still wouldn't have been able to get the card. One of my cards had to go, and the Aspire card is the only one that I actually didn't get a sign-up bonus on. And so basically, that was the only thing that was left. And so that's the reason I closed it, right? I closed the Aspire card because I needed somewhere to go. And so that one went away. And so now it's going to be the Surpass card. So that's been kind of approved now. And so basically that will come in sometime soon, and I'll be able to work towards that. In the meantime, I have a bunch of different sign-up bonuses. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and go through some of the comments, because we actually have quite a bit of comments. So thanks so much for everybody in here. Luke's Points and Miles, thanks so much for being here, Luke. Really, really great. I was catching up on that live with Rich with Points earlier, and that was a really great conversation. Love that. Sorry I haven't been able to attend a whole lot of lives noticed myself lately. It turns out around 8 or 9 o'clock is when Wells ends up actually eating dinner and getting a bath and the whole 9 yards. And so it kind of being able to attend the lives when it happened is kind of difficult, but thanks so much for being here, Luke. I appreciate you. Kirby G is also here. Thanks so much for being here as well. Tyler Credit Card Tips is here. Thanks so much. What's up, big dog? Popping in really quick to wish you a great stream. Going to try and stop back in later as well. Thanks so much for being here. Philmo had a hard time utilizing the Biz Gold very well, of course. I have that problem with every card. Damn this journey lifestyle. Yeah, I have to say for the Business Gold card, I wasn't like that put off. I think the only thing that I really I didn't find any value in the Walmart Plus thing because I have the personal platinum card. In fact, spoiler alert, your guys are going to help me with my keep or cancel decision on the platinum card because my annual fee hit, and we're going to be talking about that. But yeah, no, the Business Gold card, the $20 every month and that business credit I was able to use for Grubhub, basically. And so I have a number of kind of lunch places that are near my office, and I was able to actually just do pickup orders. And sometimes actually the pickup orders, they have buy one, get one free stuff on Grubhub. And so it's actually a little bit cheaper to do pickup order through Grubhub than it is to even buy through the actual restaurant's website and just call them in and stuff. So I've been able to get really good value from that particular credit. But yeah, like I haven't earned that much in spending just because like I don't really do ad buying or anything like that. Although my wife does work in advertising, but I mean, that would be a whole other kind of financial situation if we were to kind of take that on, which that would be nice if we could kind of do that for an extra 200,000 points a year. But, but no, I wasn't able to do that either. But yeah, no, it's an interesting card, right? If you're doing a lot of spend, it's a good card. I definitely think I'm going to try to get it again, just because tax season is coming up, and my wife and I, we definitely try to make sure that we're not giving a free government loan to the government. And so, we're going to be needing to pay our taxes. And so I think I'd rather have another Business Gold, but right now they're only offering me 100,000 points for that. And so I'm going to wait to see if it goes up to 150,000 or so in the next month. And if it doesn't, then I may have to take the 100,000 points. But yeah, great job. Thanks so much for being here, Filmo. World Explorer. I tried to get the Hilton Surpass to upgrade to another Hilton after 12 months. But Amex said I'm at the max with the Amex card. Yeah. Not sure what to close when annual fee hits. Yeah. So pretty much like my frame of reference here is if I haven't had a sign-on bonus for that card in the last year, right? That is up for that is up for closing, right? So, for example, if the Marriott business card, which is an American Express card, were to all of a sudden get a 5 free night award offer, which I kind of think it will sometime this year, because last go around after the Marriott Boundless had a 5 free night award, the Marriott business card had one shortly after. And so I think sometime in the next month or two, we're going to have that. And so that could be really cool, because I would definitely kill my Blue Business Plus card for the Marriott business card, which would be kind of sad because I do enjoy having the Blue Business Plus for my business. But I did recently acquire a Spark card that will help me kind of at least earn some sort of rewards in that and kind of get a feel for how Capital One does business cards. And so pretty much that's what I decided to close. And so one of the great things, though, I like about it, and I did talk about it in my video that I posted earlier today, is I have the no annual fee Hilton Honors card. So if I ever get to the point where like I'm staying at a Hilton resort and I need diamond status, or I want to use that Hilton resort credit, I can just upgrade my no annual fee Hilton Honors to the Aspire card, pay a prorated annual fee, and then be able to reap those benefits. And so I'm kind of excited about that too. So I still have a little bit of flexibility despite having to try to work in American Express's kind of niche. All right, Philmo, do you get the 2500 MQD boost on both Delta Platinums? I've been watching that. I don't know. Whenever I hear people talk about Delta, it seems like you have to get the Platinum and the Reserve. And so I don't know if you have the exact same card if it doubles up, but Delta does know that I have two, because if I go to pay for a cash flight on my Delta app, it gives me both of the cards as ways to pay, but it hasn't shown any kind of increase in my MQDs, either for the new card that I've opened or for the upgrade. And so I haven't seen any of them yet, but as soon as I do see either 2,500 or 5,000, I'll let you know. Although it seems like Delta status not really that important, at least if you have a Delta credit card. So let's see. Kirby G, I really need a personal Hilton card, but I'm already working the sub on the Palladium and the Hilton Biz. might have to wait until the very last moment. Yeah, no, that's true. Luckily, I do like some of these offers that they actually tell you when they're going to expire. And so that does help you kind of plan a little bit. And one of the things that I did find out with the Hilton Honors card, I applied on the last possible day. So it was like 10 p.m. on the last day that offer, that higher offer, it was the 100,000 points plus the $100 in statement credits. And I applied on the last day and I got denied because I had too many credit cards, or at least I did before 2 or 3 days before I applied for it. So I had to call, the reconsideration line and tell them that I canceled the card. And so despite the fact that they actually approved me for the card nearly a week and a half later, they still honored that sign-up bonus. So it's based off of when you actually apply for the card, at least in my experience. So that is definitely something to consider, Kirby. But yeah, the Palladium and the Hilton Business card sign-up bonus is no joke. And this one is really good. I thought about getting another Hilton Business card, but the only reason I didn't do that is just because if I wanted 2 Aspire cards, I don't right now, but if I did in the future want another free night certificate or something like that, being able to have that option to upgrade would be better than just having a just random card sitting in there that I can't upgrade or downgrade. So that was my plan currently. World Explorer, Platinum, Gold, looking to upgrade to another Platinum in September. Wow, okay. I wonder if American Express gives you Platinum upgrade offers if you already have one, because I have one and I have a gold card and I haven't seen an upgrade offer on that gold card. Okay, World Explorer is saying yes, 5,000 in total. Okay, well there you go. I'm just getting here. How many Hilton cards do you have again? I have 2 still. I had 2 with the Aspire and the Hilton Honors card, and then I closed the Aspire, and then I got the Surpass, and I still have the Hilton Honors card. Ritpa has their second Aspire. Okay, how easy is it to use kind of those credits? It seems like it's pretty easy for me because basically, especially when you check out, you can kind of change your payment a couple times. The only thing that I'm kind of frustrated about with that is that I have 2 business platinum cards, and then I also have, the Hilton Aspire card. So if I had 2 Aspire cards and I wanted to maximize the business credits too, then that would have to figure out a way to kind of mix and match both. And so that's kind of, well, I'm not sure how that would work out if I were like, hey, I'm at the Conrad in Orlando. I want to pay with 4 different credit cards. So let me know how that doesn't look right. World Expo, I do have the blue business card and I rarely use it. I actually forgot all about the card. Yeah, it's it hasn't gotten a lot of use just because my wife and I, we did, so last year, the last part of last year, we did a study basically to try to get more of a Capital One increase in my credit limit. And the way I was able to do that, right? So we just went ahead and all spent on my personal venture card, right? And so this is actually a bendy one. It's a plastic one because it used to be my Walmart card. And I had a credit limit of $3,500 and we actually spent pretty much nearly against that roof. So we pretty much spent up to that in a billing cycle. And so basically 2 or 3 months of doing that, and I got a $2,000 credit limit to $5,500. And so basically that was cool. I was able to increase my Capital One credit limit by pretty much the biggest amount possible without actually paying them more interest. The only time I got a higher credit limit increase with Capital One was when I was actually carrying a pretty significant balance on my Walmart card a couple of years ago. And so that was really nice. But then we got the Venture X. My wife got the 100,000 point offer for the Venture X, which we actually literally just earned today. So now I'm sitting on like 115,000 Capital One miles, which is great. But yeah, no, it definitely hasn't gotten that much use, but it's one of those cars. I was like, in theory, I love it, right? I haven't used it as much, but if I was going more towards an Amex only setup, it would definitely be something that I would want to use a little bit more. No race car, no life. Just got back from using the FNC at the Oceana LXR in Santa Monica. The Aspire card is a keeper. Also use a $50 food and beverage credit. Okay, great. That is awesome. Yeah. Okay. So, right. Cause you had, the $25 for 2 people, I would assume, right? Or is it? Yeah. And so that's really nice. Yeah. The FNC is really nice. I haven't been to that particular property, but I definitely, it sounds like a really, really good one. Kirby saying, sadly, my Hilton Biz offer was not an FNC, just 175,000. Just 175,000 points. You almost have enough points to stay at the Waldorf in New York, Kirby. So good on you for that. Kevin Hawthorne, thanks very much for being here from Lakeland. I forgot you were in Lakeland. We're in Orlando, so not too far away. World Explorer is saying, I asked them, they told me I had to wait until September, so I'm not sure if I'll get an upgrade offer or not, but I love 2 sets of platinum. Yeah. Especially the personal platinums are not that difficult to stack, right? So I've done a couple of videos now about being able to stack multiple FHR credits, and that's relatively easy. I was able to just book 6 nights, 1 night at a time at the Kimpton in Edinburgh, Scotland, and basically that cleared out those across my 2 business platinums and my personal platinum. So that one's easy to do. And then, the entertainment credit's really easy because I pay for YouTube Premium also, as well as Disney Plus, and then we also have Wall Street Journal and some other things. And so I would definitely max that out. The Uber credits would stack really easily as well. There's a lot of things that does stack really well. And then, of course, with the 2 Lululemon credits, right, you could buy something for $150 and just do 2 separate payments. So that could be really helpful as well. Definitely good idea. Ripa, I upgraded my Surpass 3 months before anniversary. 1 cert now, 1 cert in 3 months. Closing Hilton gift card site killed Surpass. Yeah. And that's the thing about those quarterly credits. You can pay for the rooms 1 night at a time and kind of make that work, right? And in fact, I might actually do that because I have 2 $50 credits that I'm going to have to burn before the end of March. And we are staying at a Hilton in Gainesville, Virginia this summer. And so I might kind of adjust my, to prepay for some of the nights of that stay and then, do the rest later. So yeah, that's pretty good. The quarterly gift cards, if you're not staying at least twice a year at a Hilton, can be very difficult to get value from. In fact, when we were at the Hilton Caribe in San Juan, Puerto Rico, there was a lot of people that had hundreds of dollars of gift cards. And so they had entire meals just completely comped essentially. And the hotel restaurant was actually, I think it was it was a really high end steakhouse. I forgot which one it was. So it might've been Ruth's Chris or something like that. So that definitely killed that too. Gentleman Explorer paid with 4 cards at Waldorf, New York and Waldorf Cancun. All right. And they didn't laugh you out of the place. So that's good to know. Maybe I'll have to do that again. Those business platinum cards, I definitely got enough value out of it. So I don't have to feel the need to use the credits, but $100 off a quarter from Hilton's is hardly anything to sneeze at. So I definitely would do that. Okay, now that we're caught up with the comments so far, I have to ask you guys. So I have the personal platinum card, and my plan before yesterday was for me to downgrade this card to a green card, which I haven't had in a while, but I definitely could find use for, right? And so I was planning on actually letting it ride until I got a higher sign up or upgrade bonus back to the platinum card, right? My last upgrade offer was 125,000 points that I earned, I guess, sometime in the summer after, spending on it. And so, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of good options for that. That was my plan. However, yesterday, my annual fee posted for my personal platinum card, and it was the lower annual fee, $695, not the $895. And so I have to wonder, right? So if I cancel this card, I'm basically saying, no, thanks, Amex. I really would rather pay for my authorized user, right? Because, I had to pay for the authorized user card, but I also got $200 off of the main card. And so if I did that, then, well, it just feels weird because I'm still taking advantage of a loophole. But if I cancel it and if I downgrade it to the green card and then I get an upgrade offer to that card, again, for maybe, even if I take the 50,000 point offer, it can still land me more, in better position than, if I didn't do that. And so I have to think, do I want to just go ahead and downgrade it, not pay the annual fee, and just wait until I'm ready, right? Because my wife and I, we're not going to be going on a lounge trip or a trip where we're going to need lounge access for another couple of months, just because we're still kind of in the newborn phase. And so, I don't know. I really am torn because, we do get all the credits, right? So the Resi credits are very easy to use for us. The, the entertainment credits are really easy to use. So the actual legitimate annual fee that I would be putting out, it's a lot up front, but it definitely is something that will save me that amount or more down the road. So I really I'm okay, do I just keep playing the game, or do I just take the win and keep the card open for another year? But I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you think I should do, because I really legitimately am torn. Like I can see good arguments for either way, right? So I'm going to let you guys kind of tell me in the comment section what you guys think should happen. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some other cards that I'm kind of just, I don't know, I'm kind of playing around with. So for my city setup, I want to talk about my city setup as well, because for those of you that don't know, I do have the City Strata Premier, which is around here somewhere, actually. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a break here while I'm looking for that. And I want to show you guys my Double Oak Essentials leather wallet. So basically, this is a really cool kind of slim wallet here. You can see that it's very slim, but the leather is really, really good quality. And it's the kind of leather that like it changes as it gets your finger oils and things like that. And it does have a decent amount of storage. There's some supposed to be 4 card storage in here. I have 2 in there right now, and it's got like a nice little magnetic closure. So when you close it, it's got a nice. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and close it back up right. So when you close it, it actually has a nice little clip to it, and really nice light. If you want to get one of these Double Oak wallets, there's a link in the description below. They have some really good sales going on right now, actually, so I would look into that. I love it. It's definitely something that made me get rid of my Belroy, which I kind of was surprised because I've had it for a good number of years now. So anyway, okay, now that that's out of the way, I'm going to talk about City. So City here, so my City Strata Premier, I got as essentially a number of product changes. So I did have the Diamond Preferred card, and I got that because I had a transfer, balance transfer, and so I transferred got that card, paid off that balance before I started paying interest, and then I got switched to the Rewards Plus card. And then from there, I moved it to the custom cash card. And then from there, I ended up moving it to the City Strata Premier card after actually I was talking about this card with Joe Barretto. And he was like, dude, just do it. It's a great card. So I just did it. So the only thing that I can think of, right, is I have the Platinum Select card from American Advantage. My wife and I, we use American Airlines pretty decently. But I've heard a number of people that say, like, after they've held the card for a year, they're getting an upgrade offer or a product change offer, or the ability to product change to the City Strata Elite. Now, the only reason I wouldn't want to do that is, like, it would be nice to be able to get a sign-up bonus for that card, but also realistically, at my velocity, I would have to not get a new card for a little bit of time, a significant portion of time, in order to be able to get that card. And so I got to think, like, okay, like, would I rather forgo getting 130,000 Hilton points and 160,000 Delta points so I can get 75,000 thank you points, right? And so that's kind of the question. Like, yeah, American Airlines points are great. I love the I Prefer hotel program. Those are really great. But is it worth giving up all those other points that I would have made by continuously just churning American Express cards as much as as much as there appeared to be okay with me doing? And the answer for that is no. So if I do get, and I think I got this in April, once this actually, I paid the annual fee for this, I might actually ask them, like, do I have the option to change to the City Strata Elite? And I might keep that for a year. The City Strata Elite, I'm kind of curious about the city nights and a couple of the other things. And the City Travel Portal doesn't look that bad either. So I'm thinking about doing that. And, once I have, the City Strata Elite, another year down the road, I might be able to downgrade it to, say, the City Double Cash or something else that would actually expand this kind of one thank you point earning card setup in a meaningful way, right? Because if I had the City Double Cash plus the City Strata Premier, like, that would have like 2/3 of the way towards having a fully complete city, situation. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about that. But anyway, so that's what I'm kind of thinking about doing on that front. There's also a lot of other cards that I'm thinking about canceling. I was thinking about canceling my Walmart OnePay card, but I decided that I actually started using it a little bit more because it actually started syncing up with my, with my budgeting app. And so, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. Filmo saying City just doesn't like Filmo. Yeah, they don't like me either. I'm surprised they actually let me do as many product changes as I was able to, but I was able to at least get, I think it was like an 80,000 point offer for this card. It was a mailer. So that was kind of nice, but at the end of the day, I wish I had more city cards, but they very clearly are just not into me. So, that's that. But anyway, yeah. So basically, that's kind of where I'm at with my hotel cards. Now, I did. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. World Explorer. Let's talk about Bilt. Do you know Bilt gives you a second set of Amex $600 hotel collection benefits? Just have to take advantage of gold status for $100 monthly credit, hotel credit stacked with the $200 hotel credit each for 6 months. Yeah, so that's a great card, right? That is a great system. Love that. But the only problem is my velocity is much too high for Bilt, and so they denied me for the Palladium. That's the one I applied for. And basically, I was able to actually go through and ask for reconsideration. Had the executive team with Bilt on the line, and they were not able to get me approved for any of the cards, not even the blue card. So I am not a part of the Bilt ecosystem. I did actually get 90,000 points transferred over from Rakuten this past paycheck, and so that was really nice. So I have 90,000 points that I have to figure out. Am I going to just send it to Atmos program, or am I going to try to maybe do a Hyatt stay? That's going to be the key question. But yeah, no, the Bilt programs are good. Just not for me at the moment, apparently. But yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like. Citi doesn't like, or Chase doesn't like me so much either. World Explorer is saying, yeah, Citi doesn't like me either. Yeah. Honestly, like I'm kind of actually interested in seeing how much I can use my Citi card overseas when I go later this year, and to see if I'm able to actually trigger some of those fraud detection things, right? So a lot of people are saying like that's the kind of the big problem with these Citi Strata cards that have no foreign transaction fees. If they actually go through, like if you start using it overseas, like I've heard a lot of people on Reddit saying that they just close the card, or not close the card, but they just like shut you down, and you have to wait for them to send a new card out, and basically that doesn't. So I think I'm going to try to use my Citi Strata Premier card in Edinburgh and in London, and just see if they ever do that to me. Right, I'm definitely going to have backups, but I'm just gonna be like, okay, we're gonna see how much I can use this before it gets shut down due to fraud. So that's gonna be my experiment for next year. But anyway, that's gonna be really fun. Chad's Money Minutes is here. Thanks so much for being here, Chad. Appreciate you. This is a fun little live. I wasn't originally going to do this. In fact, I didn't schedule it nearly when I normally do. But I just want to talk about some of the cards that I'm canceling and kind of thinking about doing. And I don't know. Did anybody have any opinions on the platinum card? Because I'm still kind of curious about that. Because I do like the green card. I do like having the green card. It gave me a lot of really good options for like Amex offers. I think it was $150 off of a enterprise rental. I saved $200 off of a Waldorf Astoria stay in Orlando, and a bunch of other things just by having the green card and putting it on that. And so it's a really versatile card that it would help me if with the fact that I no longer have that business gold card as well, just because I would have that gas category and that transit category kind of just naturally there. But it's kind of, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely thinking about with my gold card. So let's pull out my personal gold card. I definitely think that I might be downgrading this one as well, just because I don't really want to spend that much money on annual fees this year, just because, we're not traveling that much. And so basically, there's not a need for all these points. I do have a lot of points with American Express right now. And so I've just started to put more spend on like non-membership reward earning cards. And so, I might actually be downgrading this. So I might actually have 2 green cards actually, which would be really kind of weird. But yeah, no, so that's kind of my plan for the time being. So thanks so much for being here, everybody. I just wanted to say too, if you are interested in having me go through any of your actual card setups, let me actually go ahead and go on my website here. And I'll show you if you want to book a call with me where I can actually go through your particular setup. We can do that here. Let's go ahead and add it to the stage here. If you go to, let's see, services, you can go to Let's Tackle Your Wallet, and we have a couple of different strategy sessions that you can actually book directly on my website. So you can go to let's see, mini credit card consultation, 20 minutes to maximize your wallet. And then, so that's $45. And then you do have a full hour. And then we can also do a travel redemption situation as well. So that is one option. So if you are interested in doing that, there's a link in the description below. And you can also sign up for my weekly newsletter. Okay, so that is pretty much my American Express journey so far. As far as like what else I do into the future, not really sure, but I do actually kind of want to talk to you about my Southwest card. So I have the Southwest Priority card. Reddit and most people online are not a fan of Southwest right now, and for good reason. The only thing that I think we don't like about Southwest is that, well, so their seats aren't that nice, right? So my wife and I, we have been traveling in first class this past year. And so that's been really a solid experience. But what we're kind of noticing is that, once we actually get past the lap infant stage, we're going to need to actually get a kind of a relatively less expensive way to travel. Now, we do still have a lot of American Express points. We could book, in theory, 3 tickets with Delta or American Airlines, something like that. We have a lot of different options. But Southwest is really good because they fly to a lot of the places we go to with nonstop routes. But, if we were able to actually continue to farm more points for Southwest, then that could be really good. And honestly, if we have 3 people, right, then we can put Wells in the middle, and then we basically kind of still have enough, elbow room that we actually don't really have to worry about, at least for a couple of years. And so I'm thinking about returning back to Southwest. So what I might do is, after this card annual fee hits, and it usually hits, I think, sometime in June or July, I'm thinking about downgrading it to the Plus card and just seeing if they give me an upgrade offer for the Priority card, because that's actually how I got the Priority card in the first place, because they actually gave me the Plus card. I got whatever the sign-up bonus was for that, and then I got a separate upgrade offer to the Priority card. And so I was able to get that, which was really good. And, that help boost my Southwest points. Like, I still have I think 56,000 Southwest points, and that's after my wife and I flew to San Juan this past year. And so that was kind of a big deal with that. And so, basically getting more Southwest points, I'm not really that, offended by. And the thing is if I actually want to fly with Southwest, I definitely would want a card to do it, because first of all, I can pay for, or not pay for, I can actually book preferred seatings, which means towards the beginning part of the plane. But then I'm also on the upgrade list for being able to get those extra legroom seats, which would even just sweeten the pot even more. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking about my Southwest card. Now, for Marriott, pretty much, if the Marriott business card does have the 5 free night award, then immediately we're going to get that as soon as we can. Actually, I have had 2 cards that have been approved for with American Express recently. And so that may not, that may not actually do that well for me. But let's take a look at the Marriott business card actually while we're here. So let's go ahead and hear. So right now it's got 3 free night awards. And one of the great things about this card is it earns 4x Marriott points at U.S. gas stations, wireless cell phone service is purchased directly from U.S. service providers. So I don't know if I would put that much spend on it, but it would make the sign-up bonus a little bit easier to swallow, right? A $125 annual fee is not bad. But what you do get is you actually get a room rate discount when booking through that card. So that's actually pretty good. I definitely wouldn't want to. Okay. So you get 1 free night award, so that's going to be great. You can spend 60,000 to get another one, which I really wouldn't probably do. And but basically, you also get more qualifying nights. So let's see if that's. Yeah, so you get 15 Elite Night credits, which actually stack with my Ritz-Carlton Elite Nights as well. And so if I did want to care more about getting Marriott status, then that would be a really easy way to basically make that sure that happened. So I'm kind of I'm definitely looking on this card. It was kind of my plan to get this card earlier last year, but this never got that sign-up bonus. And so pretty much not thinking about that. But yeah, and then you'll notice too that I haven't had any of the personal Delta cards. So down the road, I probably will plan on trying to get some of those as well. So that's kind of my plan so far. But yeah, anyway, let's see. We may actually end this a little bit early then, if because I'm kind of talked out. Doesn't sound like anybody has any kind of suggestions about the platinum card either. I'm legitimately not torn between downgrading or keeping, just because the annual fee that posted on this card was the $695, not the $895, and so saving $200 is saving you $200, and so I'm kind of excited about that. But yeah, anyway, let's while we go ahead and we'll stick around for another a couple of minutes, just kind of talking about other stuff. I did want to actually talk to you about some interesting things that I'm kind of excited about. So I was actually looking at some Marriott properties in Florida, and I wanted to see what you guys thought about it. So let's go ahead and take a look at let's just take a look at Florida. See if I can do that. Yeah, there we go. And let's do sometime in the summer, because I want to go to a beach location. There's a couple of locations that I have in mind that I wanted to search. All right. Let's see here. All right, guest rating. Let's do this. So we'll see if we can do guest rating. All right. You know what? Actually, let's filter by amenities. So let's go ahead and see. I think there's, so we have a lazy river. So that's going to narrow it down a little bit. Resorts and kids clubs. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. So if we do that, it's going to narrow it down a little bit. Too much. All right. Let's see if we can go whirlpool and room, whirlpool on site, water sports, spa. Yeah, let's go with spa. So let's look at Marriott properties in let's look at Marriott properties in Florida with spas. So we have the Ritz-Carlton Orlando. We're actually staying at in June. But then we were also looking at, here we go, the JW Marriott in Marco Island, which actually looks really, really stunning. And the points, I think it was for 3 nights, it was like 250,000 points or something like that. And so this actually looks really cool. It has a cool little, just a resort feel. The beaches are actually really nice. I don't know if you can see that. So that's one thing that I'm kind of thinking about staying like sometime soon. Like I'm really kind of leaning into Marriott right now, actually. And then we have, let's see, the JW Marriott at Grand Lakes is where the Ritz is as well. And then let's see, there was another one that I saw too. Is that it? Oh, I guess that's all right. You know what? Let's go ahead and remove that particular filter. And let's do lazy rivers, because I do know that there's one hotel that I want to look at too that has that. Here we go. The St. Regis Longboat Key Resort. So this one here actually looks really solid as well. And this is a little bit more kind of in the middle of the state, and it's on the water, right? And so this actually could be really cool. I do have about 250,000 Marriott points that I have to burn right now. And so staying here, I could actually stay here for about 2 nights, basically. But that might still be worth it to have a really nice spa day over there. But then, of course, we do have a lot of different kind of staycation options as well. And so, there's a lot of different places that I'm kind of interested in. So anyway, so Kevin saying, there are many reasons why someone canceled their credit card. Yeah, exactly. 100%. All right. Well, that's it for me. I think that we're going to go ahead and close it up shop a little bit early here, just because, I've run out of things to talk about. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and head on out. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. You guys are awesome. I really enjoy being a part of this community, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.